In the entertainment world, scandals don't simply break, they ripple. They weave themselves into conversations, headlines, live streams, podcasts, and every corner of social media. And sometimes those ripples become waves, powerful enough to shake the foundation of an entire brand. That's exactly what happened when one of the most recognizable voices in digital media suddenly turned her attention toward a controversy that no one expected to go public. No warning, no soft launch, no easing into the tension, just a full-force collision between personalities, egos, and years of unspoken pressure. That voice belonged to a woman known for her confidence, her presence, and her ability to ignite a conversation the second she opens her mouth. She had been a fixture in the public sphere for years, traveling coast to coast, appearing at major events, and serving as a face for a generation of online viewers who tuned in to hear not just entertainment news, but deeper commentary about the modern media machine. She had been part of the stage lights, part of the excitement, part of the momentum that built an empire. And now, she was calling out that same empire, loudly. What started as a few comments online quickly grew into something much bigger. She had posted a video, not the polished, heavily produced kind you expect from Hollywood PR teams, but an honest, emotionally grounded message. A message about transparency. A message about authenticity. A message that struck a nerve with millions watching. Within hours, clips spread across social platforms like wildfire. Reactions flooded in, hashtags climbed trends lists, and the entertainment world collectively paused to ask, what is actually going on behind the curtain? At the center of this story was a well-known digital media organization. For years, it had built a reputation as a powerhouse, a polished, camera-ready, content-driven machine with a massive following. It wasn't just a brand. It was a franchise, complete with events, live streams, merchandise, guest appearances, and a fan base that spanned from college campuses to convention halls. People lined up for photos, bought tickets, and watched closely as the organization expanded, shifted, and restructured, always with that same glossy image of unity and momentum. But every large brand has its backstage. Every successful empire has cracks that begin small, almost invisible, until one day something or someone shines a spotlight directly on them. That spotlight, in this case, was a woman who had once been one of their biggest assets. Someone who understood the inner workings, the culture, the routine, the late-night calls, the stage rehearsals, the constant pressure to deliver. She had grown up in that environment, professionally speaking. She knew the rhythm of the place. She knew who made decisions, who didn't, who whispered in boardrooms, and who smiled on camera regardless of what drama unfolded off camera. So when she spoke, people listened, not because she was starting trouble, but because she was revealing something that had felt off to many for a long time. The sense that the brand had become too polished, too streamlined, too focused on appearance instead of authenticity. Her video didn't attack anyone, it didn't accuse anyone, but it did something far more powerful. It posed a question. Why does everything feel so rehearsed? And that simple question was enough to shift the conversation, because behind the glamorous sets, the glowing lights, and the photo-perfect branding materials, there had been a moment, a deeply emotional moment that the entire world had witnessed. A loss that hit not just the organization, but everyone who had followed its journey. A loss that fans felt personally, almost like they had lost someone they had grown up watching. The kind of moment that normally brings everything to a pause. Productions halt, schedules freeze, and the world is given time to breathe and grieve. But in this case, something strange happened. Instead of slowing,
The more the story spread, the more people realized something important. Nobody actually knew what was real and what was just the internet turning half-formed thoughts into wildfire. And yet somehow the narrative had taken on a life of its own, bigger than the people involved, bigger than the original misunderstanding, and definitely bigger than any rational explanation. By midweek, the discourse had already split into recognizable camps. Some viewers approached the situation with genuine concern, interpreting the silence as burnout, pressure, creative exhaustion, or a desire for privacy. Others saw patterns that aligned with nothing more than their own assumptions, but treated them like hidden clues waiting to be decoded. It was the classic internet cycle. A few vague posts, a couple of cryptic reactions, and suddenly everyone acted like they were 3 steps away from solving a mystery that may not have even existed in the first place. But the real turning point came when one small creator, barely known outside a tiny niche, uploaded a video speculating about unspoken tension. They didn't name anyone. They didn't make accusations. They didn't claim facts. They simply analyzed body language from old clips and repeated what viewers had already been whispering in comments. The video was harmless on its own, but the algorithm treated it like lighter fluid. Within hours, reaction channels picked it up, then commentary channels, then think piece channels. It wasn't that the video revealed something, it was that it opened a door people were already peeking through. And once that door cracked open, the internet practically kicked it off the hinges. Suddenly, edits began circulating, montages of interviews, carefully clipped pauses, moments where one person looked at the other a little too long or not long enough. Completely normal human interactions, reframed as cinematic foreshadowing. People started pointing out coincidences and treating them like cause and effect. A missed event became a sign. A vague caption became a message. A casual decision became a coded statement. Even though none of it was rooted in anything concrete, the speculation loop fed itself. Everyone saw what they wanted to see. Meanwhile, the people at the center of the conversation stayed silent, which only made things swirl faster. Silence on the internet is like an empty stage. People will fill it with their own scripts, their own theories, their own need for a dramatic third act. The absence of new content became a storyline in itself. Was it intentional? Was it accidental? Was it strategic